All right, we're gonna skip our intro this morning. I don't know why it's not playing. Every once in a while, that the whole media stuff just goes weird. Good morning, everybody. Hi, Skippy. For those watching, Skippy's driving. He's on his way to his new winter job of walking dogs and taking care of dogs for his wife.
Are you doing the podcast in your kitchen and running your garbage disposal?
No, those are my dogs. I thought ahead and I fed them before we started. So what usually happens is there's two bowls.
Sure.
And there's the real meat chunks in their kibble and stuff. So it's they pick that stuff out. And then whoever finishes all the good parts of their food first then tries to invade the other bowl to get the good parts out of that. So here goes the growling part.
Sure.
My poor starving dogs are fighting over food. Meanwhile, there's a pile of peas next to both bowls because neither of them like peas, so they pick them out and set them on the floor.
My dog does that too. Green beans.
Yeah. Yep. Little dried peas all over the floor by their food. I don't know. Dogs.
Yeah, we love them. That's what. So that's the business I'm taking over for my wife. Is she does pet services for people. So I'm on my way to go do pet services.
Is she recovering well?
She hasn't
from
started
her procedure.
Her surgery is Friday.
Oh,
but she has
what is pre-op?
Her doctor, when we did her pre-op, said that her labs would be fine because they were like 4 months old. And when the anesthesiologist called and said, "Hey, you need to go do that," so sooner the better was at 8 o'clock this morning.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Great time. Anyway, I'm excited about today. Are you excited about today? It's a great day.
I am always excited. I know that you had a topic that you wanted to discuss, and I'm super looking forward to that. Yeah, we had a.
Neither one of us do anything anymore. We can't talk about our week, so we'll dive into it.
We had catering. We had catering last week.
You did everything,
and which I think is going to blossom into another regular customer.
Good.
So they apparently they bring in food all the time for their staff. We were there on Thursday, and we were the third caterer of the week.
Oh.
No, fourth caterer of the week. So they had food every day that week.
Yeah.
2 of the other 3 ran out of food, and one of them wasn't even close.
Oh, wow.
So she was super appreciative that when I got there, I told her, "You're going to have leftovers. Can you tell me where to put them?" So
did you stick around?
Yeah, I stayed for the whole thing. Because I didn't want them to have to swap out pans, and I had everything in Cambros, so it's not like I had anything else going on. And it gave me a lot of opportunity to talk to them and kind of position ourselves for the upcoming year.
Basically, sell yourself.
Yeah. And we historically cook too much food for catering. I know we've talked about that before, that I usually bring extra just so we don't run out. And it looks like it probably paid off pretty well for us this time. So they not only fed their 80 people that were their national sales team that were all in staff, but they were able to open up to another portion of the office and feed it a couple other departments. So yeah, everybody was super happy. It was a good thing. Other than I sliced my freaking finger on a chafing dish pan. God, I don't know why they make those things so damn sharp. Can we not round off the edges on any of the chafing pan lids or anything stainless steel? Why do we have to have freaking square edges on everything? Okay, I'm done. Cuz.
That's the answer.
Gosh.
See, I don't ever hurt my fingers on the actual steel pans. I hurt my fingers on the aluminum pans all the time.
So it was the lid. So I was wiping down the lid, and for whatever, my finger just wasn't on the paper towel. So when I slid it across the edge of the lid, just like a paper cut.
Yep.
Ugh, yeah, drives me nuts. I get
I
more
bet.
cuts from stuff like that than anything. The seams on our wall for the trailer on the inside. Like if you're not careful, you can catch one of
the
those, and I
razor.
think, yeah,
Yeah, the razor.
all of a sudden there's a streak of red as I'm wiping. I'm like, what the fuck?
Highlighters in here? What? Yeah.
Ugh.
I
So,
didn't
yeah,
have
that
any catering. I didn't do any barbecue, just so you know. None. None at all.
Didn't
Nope.
even think about it, did you?
No. I've been thinking about a lot of shit. Oh, boy. A lot. I have 2 topics today. Both of them one we've discussed. One we haven't really discussed.
All right.
Well,
I want to touch one more thing before we get going on that.
absolutely.
So we had talked about my smoker repair and how the first cook on it, it wasn't running super efficient, and that end piece got super hot.
Yeah.
Cook number 2, it seems to have settled in. So that end piece wasn't nearly as hot. It was still warmer than I would like it to be to the touch. But definitely not fry an egg on top of it hot.
Okay.
And we went through far less charcoal. So I don't know what changed. Weather conditions were pretty much the same. So, but a hell of a cook, man. It ran great once, 20 minutes to get up to temperature. Maybe
it needed like a pre-burn.
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe that insulation had to settle in a little bit or whatever. I don't know if it, I don't know. I don't know how any of that shit works. All I know is thanks, Jay Craig. I know you listen to the show off and on. So, excellent job. Thank you again. And we can outlaw. We got them. I tagged them in a post from last week for on TikTok, I think, or Facebook or YouTube or something. They liked it. They saw it. Oh, it was on one of the Great Lakes, your raffle thing. I cut that out and posted it for.
If anybody needs raffle tickets, please contact me.
I want one.
Okay.
Remind me after the show. I want one.
We'll do.
I'll do my donation, my yearly donation.
That's your membership dues.
Might as well be.
Yeah, I know.
I ain't never won anything.
That could be a whole nother.
About not winning anything?
No, about the.
I got a long history of not winning.
Chicken and waffles, baby. Chicken and waffles.
Yeah. I stand by it.
or hold on, chicken testicle.
Hey, we got a call with that box.
I know you did.
If it wasn't such a pain in the ass to do an extra, I think I did 6 whole chickens on top of the chicken thighs to get the pieces I wanted out of those. I'd do it every time. They were delicious too. Clearly.
They were.
All right, let's go on. Let's get. For those that didn't catch it, Bubba our special guest Bubba will not be joining us today. He's feeling a little bit under the weather. There's some shit going around right now, figuratively and literally. So he is planning on joining us next Monday for the show. So, excellent.
Yeah.
All right.
Poor fellow.
Skippy.
Anywho, so there happened to be posts on Facebook. Yes, folks, I call it Facebook. When you go on it, you kind of face out. Don't do anything. You just waste the time there is, but we all need it for one reason or another. Regarding the followers, everyone, highlight Facebook tags that you can do. I'm familiar with 2 of them. The @highlight, honestly, don't know too much about. But the @followers, so on your business page, you can do that once a week or once a day, and basically just tag all your followers in a post, whatever that post may be. So, example, wherever you're setting up for the week, whenever you put out your weekly schedule, might be a good @followers post. If you're doing a giveaway like Josh did, it might be a good one for an @followers post. The post was saying that they didn't like it. It was annoying. It was getting tagged in things from content creators just to get, just to get a tag, whatever. And I don't feel that's the case personally. I think if you're doing an ad everyone or ad followers, sorry, ad everyone is everybody that's in a Facebook group. So if you're in a specific group, barbecue smokers or food trucks or whatever, and you do everyone, typically everybody in that group would be tagged in that post. Instead of you going through it and, tagging Josh, tagging me, tagging whatever. I don't think there's a problem with it unless it's spam. I don't come across, the only spam tags I come across is the individual tag from they spam you on a t-shirt or something like that is all fake. So that's the only thing. I don't think everybody got the understanding about what followers or everyone does.
Right.
So I'm in favor of it. I haven't got any negative response or lost any followers from my business. So
that
that's where I'm at on it. I keep a good eye on the number of followers I haven't gone down, it's only gone up. So I don't know. What's your feeling? I like it.
So to clarify, the post in question was directions on how to turn off those notifications, so that when someone does a post of at everyone or at followers, they don't get notified.
So batch text, and you can turn off batch text.
Yep. I think I surprised your wife with my response to her tagging me in the comment section.
I'm not friends with that gentleman on Facebook, so I couldn't see anything. Somebody says that I like to stir the.
No, So unlike you, there is only one group that I get batch tagged in that isn't spam. And that is the Corgis of West Michigan group, who do the Corgi in the Park events, and I get tagged in when they do new events.
Sure.
Other than that, all the barbecue groups I'm a part of, there's a guy selling knives who is 90% of my batch tagged stuff. And then recently it's been t-shirts. People are okay.
Hold on, I gotta interrupt.
Hold
on. Are the t-shirt ones batch tagged or they're individual tagged? There might be 10 people tagged in that post.
Right. I know the difference. I don't usually. So here's the first thing. I don't usually follow those notifications anyways.
Okay.
I don't click on them to find out what they're about. Because first of all, if I don't recognize the name that I got tagged by, I'm going to assume it's spam anyways. Now.
Shima probably does like
that. Yeah. The t-shirt ones have only started happening. I've only gotten a couple. And that's only been in the last week. Actually, it's only been since that post. So, I don't know.
Damn algorithm.
Anyways, I'm going to paint with broad strokes here and make generalizations. I think the majority of the people that are deactivating this, the annoyance is coming from groups and not businesses. Okay. Unfortunately, you can't separate the two when you turn on or off the notification. I think that when this was launched, the merits were very, very good, and the purpose is very, very good. It is an instance of a handful of people ruining something that was good and turning it into this mass marketing spam tool that has turned everybody off from it. Now, the other part of my comment was content creation that gets that is engaging. So Skippy, you do at followers. I follow your page. I think both Sweet Rex and myself personally follow your page. I have yet to get one of your notifications saying that I was tagged. I don't get them from you. I don't have that. I don't have the notifications turned off. I don't have batch tagging turned off on mine. I didn't know it was a possibility until I saw the posts. So those don't go to everyone anyways. Who do they go to? I have no idea. I don't know how that part.
Excuse me. I thought they went to everybody.
As far as I know, I don't see it, but I get so many notifications that I typically don't look through my notifications unless they're coming. Really, the only ones I pay attention to are the ones coming through my business app. So that comes through a different app. I mean, as you know, those come through a different app on our phones through the business suite or whatever it is. And then any like Facebook messages come through on a different app too. So I don't pay really close attention to my Facebook notifications regardless. I think the best way for everybody, for the people that you want to see your stuff, is all in the content, and those that like your posts are going to see more of your posts. And that's the way it's always been. Comment, liking, and sharing gets your posts in front of those people more often. So if they follow and always just scroll by your post, they're going to stop seeing your posts and they're going to stop getting notified when you post. But if I go through and like every one of your posts for the next 2 weeks, I'll get a notification in Facebook saying that you posted, that there has been an update to PB&J's.
And that you're a top fan and top fan.
Or if that works on your personal too. Because I just got one from one of my friends that they've been posting some good stuff, so I've been liking it. I got a notification that they posted on Facebook on my phone. So good content's always going to win. That's always the best way to get in front of people. Consistent content, engaging content. I've used it once. I don't know that it created more likes for me on that particular post, or that it wasn't really seen more than other posts. I think the merits were good. I think for businesses, it is a good tool that got ruined. It's no different than how email marketing used to work for email marketing was. It was a great tool for businesses and small businesses because it was such a cheap tool. But now everybody is sending so much stuff. I mean, I get probably 4 emails a day from Menards in my promotions folder. Like there's so much getting sent that it's just white noise and no one's looking at anything. You know, it's kind of like signing up for the store, like when they ask for your email address and stuff and you sign up for it and you can get coupons and stuff. I never see them. I'm not going to go looking, you know, it's like, I'm never going to see these. I don't even sign up for this stuff anymore unless it's automatic, like MPerks, you know?
So, all right. Talking about the two, again, so at everyone can only
is
be
for groups. Yes.
So I can understand why that's spamming. Right?
Yep.
You have to follow me to be able to get followers.
Yep.
How is that spamming? Like, how can, if I don't follow a page, is it spamming because I'm sending out a bad email, or is it? I guess what's considered spamming? You only use it once a day. It's not like you're sending them 2-3 times a day. That's what I don't understand.
I don't think anybody else is saying that. I don't think anybody's saying that your posts are spam.
No, not mine. I'm saying using if the only way you can get tagged and that everyone followers tag, you have to be following that page.
Right, but people don't disassociate the two. The @ followers and @ everyone, it's all one thing. It's all batch tagging, and that's what they're fed up with. So those that do @ everyone. What's that?
Sorry, Facebook should switch it, or at least allow the opportunity to turn off one, the other, or both.
Yes, I agree. I think that would help a lot. yeah, please turn off at everyone, or I don't want to see batch tags from groups, only from,
Yeah.
yeah. I would go with that a whole lot more, because it's yeah, like I said, I'm not getting tagged in a lot of stuff that's not from groups. It's almost all groups. I don't, and again, I don't pay close attention to where my tags are coming from, but it's generally from a person with a whole lot of extra nonsense letters
Yeah.
versus, you know,
What
Bob's
could be construed as a
Quick
real
Mart.
person.
Yeah. Um, and I think that that's what people are seriously, I think that's all that people are fed up with. And I get it. You know, it's kind of like, let's say you wanted to do a robocall. You wanted to update your people for the day. So you send them, you get a quick little robocall in the morning,
Yeah.
but people are on the no call list now. So it's the same thing. People got fed up with all the other calls. So they
Yeah.
put themselves on the no call list, and that hurt small businesses that were trying to use it as a good marketing tool to reach, 200 people. And we see it's the same thing. It happens over and over again. It's the same cycle. There's a good business tool that's launched, and it gets ruined by people trying to take advantage of it
It's just
to the
sad
point
that
where it will evolve, and we'll move on to the next thing.
it's just sad that there are people that don't really look into it and just jump to make conclusions on what they think. Because the argument that was posed
Yeah.
to me was that if I'm following your page, I'm going to see your stuff. And the answer, and the simple answer to that is no, you're not. You might, unless you engage my page a lot, then you'll see our stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't, if you just scroll by it, just like you said, then no, you're not. And I think that's where the ad followers comes from. I've seen people put it in a post. I've also seen people put it in a comment. Like they'll comment on
it won't let me
page.
When I tried to do mine, it wouldn't let me put it in the original post. I had to do it as a comment.
Yeah, I can put it in the original.
But
I don't know either, but I put it in the original post. One of our guests, Num Num Ninja, he puts it in on his like first comment.
I don't think you should take it personally. And the group of people that were in this comment string, I know them all, or most of them. Those are typically not people that are visiting your truck.
True.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
The people that you have visiting your truck are probably more likely engaging in your post on Facebook. Right?
Yeah.
So someone that is a competition barbecue friend that has, out of support, liked your page. Yeah. If they want to come visit your truck, they're probably going to go to your Facebook page or send you a text message figuring out where you are.
Sure.
That's how they're going to find you. It would be awesome of those that are listening, that are from that world. It is the easiest and best way to support your friends' businesses without buying anything is just to like pages, is to like posts.
Yep.
You don't need to comment, just a simple like, because here's what happens when somebody likes it. Their friends then see it, especially if they do it regularly. Their friends will get notified of your engagement. And it'll say, your friend, so-and-so, like this post. And it'll try to expand that reach of things of interest. Especially if you live in the service area of the page you're supporting. So those West Siders, it does more good for you to like my post than Skippy's post, just because of the reach of people. But again, yeah, like all your friends, small business pages and posts. It is the best thing you can do and the easiest way to help and to support. We appreciate the Facebook follows, but the likes on the post is so huge and so helpful to gear that algorithm.
We have a comment in the chat.
Good morning, gents.
Oh, okay.
From Fran. Your mom.
Hi,
Mom.
I feel one.
The other ones are all from me. So
I would agree with that as far as the. I can understand, I guess, both sides of that. To support your friends' businesses and be engaging in their Facebook.
Yeah, I don't think you should be deterred from doing it. Facebook does a pretty good job of limiting it once a day. I would even go once every other day. Just because I think people can get numb to the notification. You know?
Well,
you want the notification to mean something. So,
true.
In my opinion.
So you said a word, numb, that can take us to our next topic.
Yep. It's cold out. Yeah.
It's chilly today. 32 moment. A little wind.
Mm-hmm.
So one of our past guests, I've already talked about once, Num Ninja, posted in a Facebook group hiring. We'll call it like a social media marketing person.
Mm-hmm.
That it was the best $275 he's ever spent. So it got me thinking about that. You're well over. Well, you're over 10,000 followers. I'm a quarter of that. So is that something that younger food trucks, less established food trucks should look into? I'll let you talk first, and I'll give you my whatever.
I don't think it has anything to do with the age of the truck. This is something I continue to consider. It is a great, I think it is a great opportunity. I'd be curious. I think I have to reach out to him to figure out how he spent that money. He posted, it was I think it was his page, his Instagram, statistics, analytics for his reach and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see if he knows how they spent that money.
So I like his page. I like and follow his page. I've seen one video.
So there's a lot of ways to manipulate the analytics. I could get to 100,000 followers on our Facebook page by spending $500. You know, there are ways to do that. You can do it. And it is cheap. And when we did our little battle last winter, that was one of the stipulations, was you couldn't buy likes, meaning literally you're going out and buying likes. There is services out there that have hundreds of thousands of Facebook accounts, and they will go and like your page, and boost your numbers. I don't know if that's what that case was. But to get back to the root of your question, hiring somebody to manage social media and online marketing, I think it's a great idea. I think it's a great opportunity to go to like a work study type internship and get a high schooler that's in a marketing program or is interested in marketing and social media marketing. I know our school district has a marketing classes more than just entry level marketing classes. And that might be a good spot to look. The key about social media, and this includes Facebook, is consistency of posts and engagement of posts, which we've talked about ad nauseum almost. So there's an evolution of all social media. It follows the same pattern. Everyone does. So let's start with Facebook. When it was originally conceived, it was private. and it was geared towards college kids. And then as it became public, it was geared towards college kids and younger. So it aged young. So the high school kids were the first ones to catch wave. And then as parents start monitoring what their kids are doing, they find that Facebook's pretty cool. So things start to age older. We saw the same thing with, we'll go a little bit older, app that's not around anymore, Musical.ly, which was a very popular like lip syncing type of app, a little bit similar to TikTok, where it was the kids that were using it, and then it aged older. TikTok started young, is aging older. Instagram, all of them are doing it. So it's the constant thing. So right now, TikTok is in our probably core demographic for customers. There are far more 20, 30, and 40-year-olds on TikTok making content than there are teens and that section. So it becomes a great tool for us to use. And it's hard, especially with TikTok, because you have to post so much. And unless you have that time and really that mind to create in that format, hiring somebody would be great to be able to create content. Snapchat is still huge in this core demographic and younger demographic. Snapchat's probably the biggest one that has stayed universally popular between young and older people, without really aging up. But how often do you post on Snapchat? How often are you posting on Twitter? How often are you, in an ideal world, we as food trucks would be posting on all of these services multiple times a day. Creating a Twitter following where you can post live updates on location or food selling out, like items selling out on your menu, is something that I've wanted to do. But it's so hard to really dive deep for me now into new social medias to get up to speed on them. That, having someone that's already done it would be helpful. So there's my thought. Yes, I think it's very worthwhile. I don't think you have to spend a ton of money. And I think that you can not do it. You can do performance-based pay to the right person. If you know somebody that's big on social media that knows all the ins and outs, that is a relative, a younger person that wants a little bit of side money, that you can, even $100 a week is pretty cheap for someone to create some posts for you. I spent 3 hours after our podcast last week doing the clips and stuff that I posted throughout the week on various sites and stuff. So, it could take some time and to do it right. And ideally you don't want the same clip posted in each spot, because each spot has a different audience that's looking for a different style of media, if that makes sense. So where Twitter's strongly text-based, Instagram is strongly picture-based. So me just, and TikTok's one that you can have a little bit more fun. It's a little bit more laid back. You can have that kind of thing. There's my thought. I think it's a great idea. I think anybody should look at it as seriously as you look at hiring somebody to help you with accounting and keeping books and stuff. I think those are 1 and 2 on a list of business staff to hire versus truck staff, business support staff.
So on the flip side, as I think there are, as you said, there's many reasons why take care of it is good. I guess I look at it like, isn't that stuff that you want to know how to do? So when you achieve your goal of wanting to be off the truck, that's stuff that you wouldn't, like, you'd be doing on your own. So I like the idea of what you said of, you had said trying to find somebody from a school. I almost think, like, find if there's a class that you can to see if there is something that you can do, something you can learn. Because the investment in a class is, I would assume, would be really, really beneficial.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, I don't know where the money was spent. Well, all I can tell by the video is it was shot and then it was voiceover, and the voice, I guess the voice didn't want me to, or didn't propel me to visit the truck. Yes, the video was cool, but I guess it didn't move me. So, like, you try to find somebody that, like, I guess you would want to. I guess I would want it. The difference is I would want it, like, videoed in my truck with the person talking. It might take longer because you can't just do the edits to make the sound right. But it's like, I can tell that guy's never had food because he wasn't excited about it. So it's like, you know, just shoot it yourself and have one of your employees eat something. You know, that. So I would say focus on yourself first. Maybe try to figure out if there's a class out there that you can take to further your knowledge in it. So when you can get off the truck, it's something that you can do, not easily, but something you can transition to and not have to worry about at that time trying to figure out.
So for me, that's a responsibility I'm good with never handling, for the most part, at least to an extent. Kind of like, yes, I can learn how to do all the things. Like, I can learn how to properly keep books. I can learn how to do all the things. But part of the reason for me getting off the truck is to remove tasks, you know? Yes, to make time to do some of the other stuff, the bookkeeping and the scheduling and all that. I don't want to fill all my extra time with more things. Because another part of me being off the truck is having some sort of balance during the summer. You know? If that makes sense.
Well, I guess what you're saying, I mean, this could go into another topic, but
no, Skippy, you are frozen in time.
Me. You told me, or you said on the podcast numerous times, that
I broke Skippy. He's back.
No. Sorry.
Oh, maybe. Yep.
I'm still here. You figured downtown Ann Arbor would have good food.
Yeah, you're in and out a little bit right now, bud.
So what you had said previously on multiple podcasts was that getting off the truck is, instead of being in your business, is it being in your business or running your business?
You cut out. The last 10 seconds, I don't have anything from you.
Oh, trying to find Wi-Fi. Wait.
You're frozen again. Oh, Skippy. So the downsides of trying to do this while we're on the road. Those looking at Facebook right now on the live stream.
Does that work?
Oh. You're back right now.
Yes, I was trying to find Wi-Fi.
Okay, so start after everything I said.
Okay. So one thing that you have mentioned numerous times on the podcast is getting off your truck.
Yep.
And part of that was, hopefully I'm going to say this right, you wanted to run your business instead of being in your business.
Correct. Yep.
Isn't running your business knowing how to do everything that, like, I guess the back half of your business or need? Like, you can focus on your marketing, you can focus on all that versus doing what you're doing now.
Yes, correct. I can focus on marketing without making 30 videos for TikTok a week. And spending that time editing video and creating those snippets of video to post in places properly. So there's enough for me to do scheduling wise, bookkeeping wise, networking and all that other stuff wise and shopping wise to keep me busy. I don't want to fill part of me being off the truck is not working a 15-hour day anymore.
Okay.
So the stuff I can easily hand off comfortably, I will, especially if it's cost effective.
Yeah. Okay. I understand that.
So yeah, I want to be at one point I want to run my business, and I will know how to do things. That doesn't mean I'm going to do them.
Sure.
I think it's super important for you to have an understanding of how things work and how money's spent so that you can oversee them properly and making sure that you're getting a decent ROI for them.
Yeah,
but that doesn't mean you are hands-on doing them.
Okay.
My goal is to get to a properly staffed running business. So back to, yeah, it's great if I'm doing all the things, but then it's still hard for me to take a week off without having to then still do those things. You know, the more things I am solely in charge of, the more things I have to do when I go on vacation still on a daily basis to maintain that same level without there being a drop off. And I would like my business to run the same whether I am here or I'm in California as much as humanly possible.
Okay, I get that. Okay, that makes a smidge of sense.
My goal is to have passive residual income at some point in time. That's my retirement plan. I want this business to live longer than my working age.
So that includes what? Selling at the end of the day?
Selling the business?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
I will remain CEO.
Okay.
But I will be hands off as much as possible. You know?
Okay.
Where I'm not responsible for the morning cooking. I'm not responsible for shopping. I have people to do those things. That's the growth that I want to get to on multiple trucks and a brick and mortar of some sort. Once all those pieces come together and I can truly step back and have Chris run the whole thing, and I'm truly an off-hands owner for the most part, bonus, man. I mean, yeah. Mailbox money.
Yeah.
You know?
I assume that's the goal for a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we do things. Yeah, it takes time. And, you know, if that's the vision, then you try to, every decision needs to be made to get you one step closer to that. So.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, if you, I mean, shit. You know how often, like, small businesses find a co-op student or a work study student out of high school, and they find a gem, you know, and they grow with the business at that point. You know, you find the right person that is into whatever you are looking to help with, and they get a connection with the business and they grow with the business and they are loyal to the business at some point, you know, if you can find the right people. And that's awesome. And that's what you look for. So I think it's a good way to start young, to get people interested or to get people involved. And then they go off to college and they come back and they're looking for a job and they come see you, you know?
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Type of thing. So I always try to look a little bit further ahead than immediate, you know? Like, I'm doing all the social media stuff now on top of everything.
Yeah.
And maybe if that's something and it's not done great, it's done adequately especially during the season.
To the best of your ability.
Yeah, we get a post in the morning. We get a weekly post. those are consistent. Those are everyday things. It's and that's just Facebook, and I struggle to squeeze those into my day. On occasion we're able to get, a TikTok video up in the middle of the day or something like that. But it's, we can always fill the time. The time is easy to fill with work related stuff. So, no matter how many people I bring